We are here on Radio Row in San Francisco. Yep. I'm joined by NFL Hall of Famer Terrell Owens. Terrell, thanks so much for joining Bloomberg Business and Sports.
Man, thanks for pronouncing my name correctly. I appreciate that.
I tried,
right.
To make sure I get it right.
Yeah.
So we're in San Francisco, like I mentioned.
Yeah.
You started your career here.
Yeah.
When you come back, I imagine obviously you've been back since you were playing days, but when you do come back, is there always a certain sense of nostalgia, certain emotions that come up for you?
Not a lot of emotions. I mean, I wish I would have won a Super Bowl here. Mm-hmm. I tried my best, my damnedest to do my part to get the team what's been so elusive over the years. Mm-hmm. And I know the Niners, they've been knocking at the door over the last few years and haven't been able to get over that hump. But they've been plagued by a number of injuries, which obviously you play this game and you follow it. You know that it's kind of like not how you start, it's how you finish. And when you lose key players and you have key players injured and playing through injuries throughout the course of the year and they're not playing to their max. They're not playing at 100% level as the beginning of the season. It's hard to win. And I think with them, they have some pieces I think they need to acquire at the receiver position. They have some nucleus of guys by committee. They're still developing Purcell. Juwan Jennings, he's been kind of like their most consistent receiver, but he's not the dynamic receiver, like take the top off that they need at that position. But when I come here, man, obviously, coming up the 101, from the airport, I was telling someone, I'm like, man, I used to look off to the right and see when we used to drive to the stadium. You used to see that stadium off in the horizon, but now it's gone. There's no more. So just being here, obviously, like I said, I have some ties here. Had some iconic moments, some legendary moments here. Obviously, a lot of people remember the catch that I made against the Green Bay Packers, and then also a lot of people remember, obviously the moment that I signed the football with the Sharpie. Obviously you see my jacket here. Yeah. So I partnered with them just recently with their Rookie of the Year campaign. So like I said, they got some candidates, Rookie of the Year, Rome Odunze with the Bears, and obviously T-Mac. So they're making their marks on the field, trying to kind of replicate and do some of the things that I did on the field. I don't know if they're doing it as good, but I kind of set the standard. So everybody, like I said, remembers that game. Like I said, it's been replayed over and over. I don't know particularly during the Super Bowl year, but throughout the course of the year, obviously when you have different matchups and you talk about touchdown celebrations, that celebration always comes up. And everybody's like, well, how did that happen? Honestly, it was impromptu, and there was nothing premeditated about it. Literally just on the sideline right before I went out in the next series. Like, hey, Doc, that was one of the guys who's currently still on the staff with the Niners now. I asked him for a Sharpie. He gave it to me, and then I put it in my sock, and he was waiting for me to give it back to him. I guess he thought I was going to either black something out or write something on my like tape or something, which a lot of players do. And I'm like, no, I'm good. You can go ahead. So he left, and then I knew that on the confidence that I had in myself and my abilities, I knew that I was going to score on the next series going out. And surely enough, I did. And what was so ironic about it, we had a mutual friend, Sean and I, Sean Springs, who I scored on. We have a mutual friend, Greg Eastman, who I think does some business work with Sean. He was actually at the game, and there are some lower seats in the back of that end zone where I scored. I ended up giving him the football.
Oh, wow. So it came really full circle there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we'll talk about full circle. It's like so interesting that you had this moment with it, and then you have a partnership with them. Like, is it something it's like you don't even think about when you're a player because you use it all the time? And to have a partnership with them now, how crazy?
Yes, I mean, obviously, that's like a running joke sometimes when I go places. I mean, I do speaking engagements, and some people want to be creative and try to like get the crowd engaged. And I'll randomly have people that'll come up to me and bring and like ask me to sign something, and then I pull a Sharpie out of their sock. You know what I mean? So again, like I said, it's creative. Again, I didn't understand the magnitude and really kind of in which it's the splash that it's made thus far. I didn't think that it would make such a big deal. But again, like I said, it come full circle. Like I said, everybody always remember like Sharpie.
Yeah.
When you talk about Sharpie, you got to think about T.O., you know what I mean? I don't know why it was taking Sharpie so long to get me involved, you know what I mean? Just like Skittles has this campaign with Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah.
I should be the national spokesperson for Sharpie.
Sounds like you're trying to tell someone to someone.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like the guy from State Farm.
Yeah,
that
that's you.
guy.
That's you?
I'm that guy.
You're going to show up. Okay.
I should be that guy. I should have commercials, get residuals, all that good stuff. Am I making a good pitch
This
here?
sounds like a good pitch, and I feel like we're going to see it in Super Bowl commercial next year. T.O., you're already the spokesperson.
Well, yeah, actually, I mean, well, we are. We're just getting started. We got we got a lot of cool stuff brewing with Sharpie. So I can't tell you what's to come next, but just stay tuned.
All right, I definitely will. So obviously we're here at the Super Bowl. We're talking about football, but I want to talk to you about a different sport that you're also really into, really passionate about. Pickleball.
Oh, yeah, I love pickleball. I got my bag over there, and my pickleball paddles are in there. Just in case they had this warehouse, this radio row here. I don't understand why they don't have a pickleball court in here.
You think there should be one, like, right in the center?
Absolutely. They should have a pickleball court in here somewhere, just for, like, downtime of, people not doing anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that line would be crazy long, though. People love pickleball.
Hey, see, I'm giving them, I'm giving them
some ideas. You're
giving
them
some ideas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it could be the T.O., the Terrell Owens, sponsored by Sharpie pickleball court. Okay. Are you guys hearing this? Yeah. You hearing this? Y'all hearing this? Yeah, I'm giving you guys some great ideas here. But I love pickleball. I just picked it up last year. I've been playing consistently, probably right around 10, 11 months. And so I've made some leaps and bounds since I picked it up last year. Shout out to Marcellus Wiley, who introduced me to the sport. So you know Marcellus Wiley? He has his own show. He was on sports something with Michelle Beadle and all of them. Okay. He played with the San Diego Chargers. We both live in LA. He converted his basketball court into a pickleball, and so he has this group thread that he sends out to a mass thread to everybody weekly, monthly. So for about 3 or 4 months, he kept sending me this text to come play pickleball, and I'm like, Marcellus, I don't even know how to play pickleball. I don't even have a paddle. Yeah. And he's like, man, just come out, learn it, blah, blah, blah. So I went to a store, tried to find me some pickleball paddles, and I saw there was different brands. There was Vulcan, Selkirk, Head, Yola. I'm like, I didn't even know what to pick up. Right. And then I saw these high price, these $250 for a paddle. Ben John's name was on all these Yola paddles, so I knew him. And then all these other guys. But now I'm very familiar with a lot of pickleball players, the brands and the equipment, and I just partnered with CPX Pickleball company out of Chicago. So I have
now you have your own paddle.
I have my own signature paddle. So yeah, you guys watching, you pickleball enthusiasts, go to cpxpickleball.com. Pick up my signature paddle, and let's go hit the courts.
Bloomberg audience loves them some pickleball. I'll tell
really?
you that. I'll tell you that.
Do you know the best player in Bloomberg on the staff?
It's me. It's me. Of course it is.
You wasn't selling yourself, so
Listen, it's me.
I didn't really think you were.
I played with Larry Fitzgerald, Drew Brees.
Oh,
we had some stuff going on. You know, it was pretty good.
You cook? You in the kitchen? You like?
I like the kitchen. I would say
I'm going somewhere.
I'm more in the back. I like the back. I'm running cross.
Okay, I was going somewhere with it. I'm like, you seem like a lady that likes to be in the kitchen a lot. You know, and for pickleball, that's not appropriate. You don't want to be in the kitchen.
No, you can't be in the kitchen. You can't be in the kitchen. No, dinking isn't for me. I don't like to be nowhere near that stuff.
That's the thing. So you haven't gotten your dink game down.
Yeah,
yet.
No.
So I have. So I do a lot of speaking engagements, and so I always talk about my 3 pillars of success, and there are 3 Ds with that. So I have a 3 Ds of pickleball as well. So my 3 Ds of my pillars of success are desire, dedication, and discipline. But my 3 Ds in pickleball are drives, drops, and dinks.
Okay.
In order to be a really true pickleball player, you gotta master those 3 to really get your game up. Yeah. So I don't know. You have 1 or 2 of those games. What's you got the drive, you got the drops, or the dinks?
Yeah, the drive for sure.
So you got 1/3.
The drop, I'm not too bad at the drop, but the dinking.
So how's your finesse game? Are you nice with the hands?
Yeah, you know what it is? I'm really decent at a backhand. You know, I can get cross court. It's like my thing.
Oh, I like that cross court.
Yeah,
I like cross court.
So I mean, obviously, also with your brand Prototype 81, you also have pickleball clothes.
Yeah, cross court essentials. Yeah. So if you go to prototype81.com, I have some performance wear, which obviously like shorts, your dry fit shirts, some your workout attire, and then but my elevated brand line is called Cross Court Essentials. That's it's gonna be really fire. I can see
that's
you
like fashion.
Yeah,
pickleball is that's
absolutely.
a market. Do you feel like was missing?
Yeah, so more of your social. It's like that social club vibe. Obviously, your wide leg, comfy, with a little fashion to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about football a little bit. Right now, when you're looking at young receivers, who are you excited about that you think gives a little bit of that T.O. vibe? Maybe they're not there yet, but
I don't really see. There's some that have the physical aesthetics, but I don't think on a consistent level they haven't been able to do and replicate what I did. Been showing some flashes, so you think of your DK Metcalfs, your AJ Browns. Outside of those two, there's really not any big receivers that can obviously play at every level of the game. You got your short game, your middle of the game, over the middle, and then take the top off. I was able to really kind of, I think, perfect and craft a little bit of all of that. Playing in the slot, playing outside, being kind of like a Swiss Army knife, being multi-purpose in a sense. I played out of the backfield a little bit. Even lined up at quarterback. So to be that type of athlete, and then the offensive coordinator, offensive staff to have the confidence to put you in those situations to excel, that really kind of shows you what type of athlete you really are. Those guys that I just mentioned, they definitely have the skill set that you got to be consistent and really just be game changers. There's playmakers and there's game changers. Right now, they're on the cusp of being game changers, but when you're with A.J. Brown, I wouldn't say he's a game changer, because if he was, the offensive coordinator would put him in position to be that. There shouldn't be a play or a series where he shouldn't touch the ball. They have another receiver on the other side of him, Devontae Smith. I think they should utilize him more. But obviously, the lack of success that they had this year is due largely because of the offensive coordinator. And I didn't know that, because everybody's like, why aren't they? Everybody wants to replicate and duplicate what they did the year prior. The success that they had, they figured that the Eagles would have gone back. I honestly felt like they would have gone back with the crew that they had, because they didn't have a lot of injuries, really, to be honest. I think they were playing with the same and not better players this year than they did last year. So they should have been a shoe-in to get back to the Super Bowl. But some of the things that plagued them throughout the beginning of the season that A.J. Brown alluded to kind of came back to haunt them in the playoffs.
When we wrap up here, I want to get your take on this. The NFL's been doing a lot to expand globalization, play all these other different places around the world. How do you think about that? Do you think they're doing a great job with it? Would you like to see a team based in another country? Do you think that would be helpful?
I don't know how. I don't honestly, logistically, I don't know how that would work. How far away? The only way I could see that is like having a team like in Canada, but to have a team like overseas, that's a lot of travel.
So as a player, you wouldn't want that. You wouldn't have wanted that.
I don't know how feasible that would be. I'm sure they probably want to tinker and experience it, experiment with it. But yeah, I don't know how many I don't know how many players would sign off on that.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. They're doing a lot, but Tiro, thanks so much for the time. We really appreciate you joining the Bloomberg Business of Sports.
Absolutely.